everybody. Happy Sunday. First of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for all of your wonderful comments in my last video, the one that's an introduction for the Sunday Scriptorium series. It just makes me so happy and it motivates me so much to see how excited you guys are. And those of you who are getting the pens and materials for this upcoming series is just very exciting. I just can't thank you guys enough. But for today, we have the February bullet journal plan with me. So for this month, I wanted to stick to the usual February romantic Valentine's Day theme. So I decided to go with love potions. I thought about this actually inspired by my Inktober drawings. On the first day of Inktober, I think the prompt was poison, if I'm not mistaken. But I did kind of like a shelf, like an apothecary shelf of potions that would involve basically multiple ways of poisoning a person and multiple ways to die. And so that inspired me for this month to do a love potion that would kill you from love or something like that. It's slightly morbid, but I figured, it's a love potion, therefore it wouldn't be real love. It would be fake and it would be obsessive and it would only lead you to negative things. Who would want to use a love potion if you want real love? So for the coloring, I am using the Pilot Iroshizuku Yamabudo ink, which is a beautiful dark pink with gold sheen. Of course, when you're coloring with it or drawing with it, you can't really see the sheen much. It's more prominent when you're doing calligraphy or when you're just writing with a fountain pen, but it's still a beautiful color. It creates, mixing it with water makes it look like there's potion-y things, ingredients moving inside of the liquid. So I'm very satisfied with how the ink worked out for this. And then I'm using just a normal Pentel water brush to spread around the ink. You'll see that I used Q-tip a lot. I'm gonna continue using it, kind of using it like a palette to control how much ink I put down. I figured with a brush it would be maybe too much ink coming down to the page. It would look cool as well, but I wanted to try this out and it worked out. And then I'm using the Q-tip as a way to hold my ink and dipping the water brush directly into the Q-tip to pick up some pigment, and that also worked out very well. So I definitely recommend you try out this technique. Then for the calligraphy, I'm using the Tete Plume Violet ink that I also have used quite a bit. I used it a lot in my Inktober as well, and it's just one of my overall favorite dip pen inks. It doesn't tend to transfer to the other page, it doesn't bleed, it dries fairly quickly, and it's just a very well behaved ink. I got it in Montreal a few months ago and I am still loving it. I really want to actually find more inks from this brand. When I went to go get it, there were only this purple and blacks left, and you guys know I don't really use much black, so I only got this one. If you live in Quebec and have seen this before somewhere, let me know where. I don't think I'll be going to Quebec anytime soon, but I go every so often, so I would love to keep it in mind if there's a store that sells this besides that Japanese paper store that I went to. For the normal writing, you'll see that I'm using the Platinum Century fountain pen, the 3776, in a medium-sized nib with also the Iroshizuku Yamabudo ink inside of it, and then I am also using the Pilot Preppy with an extra fine nib with Diamine Damson, which, going back to the Inktober again, I promise this the last time I mentioned it, that is the pen and ink combination that I use for every single sketch or drawing, and I'm going to be using it here in a similar style as I did in Inktober actually. But it's just a really nice shade of dark dusty purple, and it just behaves really well. Now, something very important if you're doing a setup using similar materials as here, make sure that everything that you used water on is completely dry before coming in with lines that you want the line to not blend into what you already did, because most fountain pen inks are not waterproof. Of course, you can always use a waterproof ink, but if there's already water in there and you're bringing the ink to the water, of course it's going to spread anyway. I did wait until everything was dry to then come in with the Platinum Preppy, and I had no problems at all. Everything worked well. Just make sure you do water stuff first and then all of the line work. As far as bullet journal setup, I am basically keeping everything the way I did it last month. So essentially the first spread for my introductory pages with the notes and the YouTube schedule, which I still use, and with a little calendar so I can reference to it throughout the month, and of course the theme with the name of the month. For the second spread, I'm gonna be doing the calendar that I always do. I usually like keeping this spread fairly simple because it is possibly my most used monthly spread. I refer to it all the time. This is where I do my planning, especially since I do day-to-day planning throughout my actual journal. So it's good to be able to plan ahead using this particular spread. So I'm only doing the first initial of the days of the week, and then there's a sticker that I'm going to put on the bottom, as well as a little piece of a quote on the top. I've definitely used this quote before in my previous bullet journal and the previous notebook from last year, the Leuchtturm. So I'm kind of recycling, but I just love it and I thought it was perfect for this theme. It is a song by Mon Laferte, which is a Chilean singer that I have mentioned multiple times. I absolutely love her music. You should definitely check it out. And this one is from a song that she did in collaboration with another artist that I'm forgetting the name of, but I'll put it on the screen. It's a really good song. To the next spread, I am basically doing just what the first weekly spread, setting it all up. I understand I did not leave myself much space for daily planning, but that's okay. I'll just use the space I have and then proceed with the next weekly spread, whatever that will be. I haven't done it yet. But I really don't limit myself in terms of decoration. If I feel like decorating a lot, I decorate a lot. If I don't, then I don't. But I don't limit myself to use one spread for 1 week and having to cram it all in there. I just plan day by day, and whenever I run out of space, I run out of space, and the next day goes on the next page, regardless of whether it's Sunday or Monday or Wednesday or Thursday. This is what I've been doing for the past few months, and it's been working out so far. It's still working out. I just take it day by day, wherever it fits, and it keeps me organized, and it keeps me doing the things I need to do. So for the decoration here, I am using this scrap of paper from this paper pad that they sell at Michael's. They have plenty of those $20 big paper pads, so I took this piece from one of them. It's this vintagey theme one. I've also used it before. And then I'm also using some washi tape and this moon cutout, which I got from a pen pal, in the other corner. Of course, keeping along everything with the theme colors this month, which is basically pink and black. And then once I'm done with the decoration, I am going back with the dip pen and doing another quote. There's a lot of calligraphy in this video. If those are your favorite parts of my videos, this is definitely the one for you. I was just into it when I was recording this. Do you know sometimes when you're doing something that you love doing and you start doing it and you just can't stop and you just need to keep going? So that's kind of how I felt when I was setting this up. I just wanted to write more things in calligraphy, so I kept adding things to every single page. Here I'm quoting Series of Unfortunate Events, which I have been obsessed with lately. I already watched the 3rd and final season, and I'm kind of sad that it ended, but I'm glad the way it ended. There's a few things that were a little confusing about that last episode, but overall it was so satisfying to watch. I actually never finished the book series. I read up till book like 8 or something. I can't remember exactly. It was a long time ago, but I just absolutely love what Neil Patrick Harris and the rest of the cast and crew have done with this series. I thought it was exceptionally well made. I loved the style of it, the dark humor of it. It was just so good. Please let me know if you also watched it or if you want to watch it. I would love to hear your opinion of it. I am absolutely happy to talk about Series of Unfortunate Events with you in the comment section. It was just great. I always, especially especially love the little For Beatrice text that happens in the beginning of each book, so I definitely included my favorite one here, which also ties in together with the whole theme of this month. And then now, before I leave, I am showing you my January pages. I know I usually do this in the beginning of the video, but honestly I just completely forgot to do it, so I'm doing it here in the end and showing you what I have gotten done for January so far, and then some close-ups of what we just did right now. But that's everything I have for you today. Subscribe if you like journaling videos, we do a lot of that around here, and if you like calligraphy, because Sunday Scriptorium is continuing next week with some Gothic calligraphy. So I'll see you next week with that video, and have a fantastic day. Bye!